So today we are doing meme speedruns in the Zelda franchise, which means we're looking at some of the favorite Zelda games in the franchise and doing multiple meme speedruns. This will range from simple things such as soft locking the game to some more funky stuff. But without further ado, let's start off by something basic with soft lock percent. Alright, so for the first speedrun, soft lock percent. How does soft lock percent work? Well, it's actually going to be the shortest speedrun of today's challenge. All you gotta do is jump off the first tower and then head over to Grandma's house. Alright, so after reaching Grandma's house, you simply just want to pick up this rock and put it right next to this little door right here. And then we're going to do a glitch known as a ledge clip by climbing up in between the rock and the wall and going towards the rock. And that's going to push you out of bounds. At this point, you just want to very closely navigate around the house to stay out of bounds, but still not actually, making it in. Then you want to land on this little invisible wall, and then you're just going to drop into the loading zone. And now, we're going to get crushed. 1 time. 2 times. 3 times. 4 times, 5 times, and 6 times, and time. You can see that the camera is now officially changed. So after you voided out 6 times, you officially reach 0 HP. Because before that, you can actually escape this area by doing a frame perfect backflip. But at this point, I cannot move in any way whatsoever because I am actually dead. But the game doesn't have enough time to play the game over screen because it voids me out on the first frame. So that is officially how fast you can soft lock Wind Waker HD. The answer, 2 minutes and 43 seconds to soft lock it. Yeah, actually, fun fact, that is a Pro Controller exclusive glitch. I'm not even kidding. A gamepad cannot actually get the soft lock. So you actually have to spend like $100 on a Wii U Pro Controller to be able to do that speedrun. Alright, so for the next category on Wind Waker, it is going to be jump off of a tower percent, which might sound really dumb, and it totally is. So, what you have to do to actually complete this speedrun is you need to perform a manual super swim. So if you don't know what that is, that means that I'm going to have to do over 200 frame perfect inputs to go from Outset Island to Windfall. Because right there is a really tall tower that I can use to my advantage to actually take fall damage. And the speedrun doesn't end until you reach the game over screen by only jumping off of a tower. So, let's start off by pausing this video game 200 times. Okay, so I know that I said that I actually needed to go over to Windfall Island, but that was a bit of a lie because actually I need to set up the wind correctly so that the windmill can actually move so I can get high up enough for the speedrun, which means that I need to do a small little detour over to Dragon Roost so that I can actually get the Wind Waker and the Wind's Requiem song to be able to sap my wind. But what that means is that glitch I just did for like 4 minutes, pausing my game 200 times frame perfectly, yeah, we're gonna have to do that a second time. So, let's get Wind's Requiem and do it again. Take 2. Alright, so now we just need to make sure that we're able to actually enter Windfall, the Windfall coordinate without losing our speed in the ocean and then going onto the island. Okay, it loads. And bam, we are on to Windfall Island now with our Wind Waker and with Wind's Requiem in our inventory. So now it is time for the meat of the speedrun to take place. So, first step, very exciting. We have to play the song so that we can change the wind to face north, and then we're going to go ahead and enter a switch to start the actual windmill. Alright, so now, we have finally gone through this area and we have activated the windmill. So now we can get on to the actual main part of the speedrun. And this is definitely the most exciting part of it. So what we're going to do now is we're going to head all the way up here onto this tower. And then we are simply going to jump down. That's it. So, let's do it. Let's jump down. And that's 1. Now, let's do that 6 more times, shall we? And final one, chat. I almost messed up. No. All right. Final one. Number 6. There it is. And hold it, chat. Hold it. 5 minutes later, after spending 5 minutes climbing up and jumping off a timer, time. There it is. 18 minutes and 39 seconds. That is how long it takes to do 400 frame perfect inputs just so that you can have the satisfaction of jumping off a tower 6 times. I hope you enjoyed. On to the next one. So, for this next category, we've actually switched over to Ocarina of Time because we are going to be doing Dank percent. If you don't know what Dank percent is, well, let me show you. But first, let me just cut through these 3-minute cutscene because you don't want to see that, do you? Alright, so now when we're finally out of the intro cutscene, we need to grab a little bit of equipment before we're ready to actually leave Kokiri Forest and start this speedrun. First thing we need to do is we need to end up getting a sword. We want to get a quick sword, and then after grabbing the sword, we also need a stick. The stick is the most important item for this entire speedrun, so we're quickly going to grab that and then make our way out of the forest with some glitches. We're gonna get 30 rupees, and then we're gonna head into the shop, and we're going to buy a couple of sticks. Talk to the shopkeeper, and let's buy 3 sticks. Alright, so after getting the most important items in the speedrun, which includes 3 sticks, we are now going to try and leave Kokiri Forest early. Normally, you have to beat the Deku Tree to do this, but this is a speedrun after all, so we're not going to follow the game's rules. So what we're going to do instead is we're going to enter the Lost Woods, and we're going to try and do something known as Forest Escape, which is a very, very classical glitch that a lot of people know of, but if you haven't already, it's pretty simple to do. And now, what we're going to do is we are going to go ahead and pretty much do we're gonna set ourselves up to get this specific angle, go into this corner right here, backflip, and then we need to side hop. And do a frame perfect jump slash, like this. Bam. You clip into the corner of the stone, and then you can swim into the loading zone, leaving the forest. And after you're done that, simply just head over to Kakariko Village. Alright, so right here, we're going to do a little bit of a cool trick known as a water extended super slide. And this trick isn't actually needed to be able to complete the speedrun, but it's just to make the movement a little bit faster. So instead of backwalking the entire way, you can instead simply just like super slide backwards over this entire distance and make it into Kakariko Village. And you have to make it there before it turns night, because we actually need to collect a bottle to be able to complete the speedrun. But with that out of the way, let's go ahead and collect some cuccos and do this. Alright, so we have now officially collected all of the cuccos. We finally get a bottle. Now, the very last step we need to complete before we're able to go and get Dank is actually to collect some bugs. Believe it or not, but bugs is an important part when it comes to getting Dank in Ocarina of Time. So we're going to collect these bugs, and then we're going to head over to the well to enter bottom of the well. And to enter it, we're simply going to do a glitch right here known as a Navi dive to immediately dive down to the bottom. And we have now officially entered bottom of the well, and we can now finally go ahead and complete this speedrun. So, first steps is to simply just head down to the basement of the bottom of the well, which we're going to do very quickly, hitting the Skulltula to go past them. That was actually intentional. This is actually to set up the next part of Dank percent category, trust me. I intended for that to happen. Anyway, so when you do that, you can now finally jump down to the very, very bottom. So let's do it. Alright, so we're going to drop some bugs, and then after dropping some bugs, we are going to pick them back up. So drop bugs and pick them up. And now we're gonna have a blue bottle in our hand, which is very important to actually complete this next step. We're now going to go next to this torch, and now we need to do this very, very tricky glitch right here. So, I'm going to try and hold a very precise analog stick position, and then press a bottle, and then the stick 1 frame later. So, let's do that. And as you can see, we officially have a stick in our hand, and it is lit, and time for this beautiful category, Dank percent, ends once Link has finished his stick. Bam! There it is, 11 minutes and 40 seconds. That is how long it takes for Link to get fully Dank. Now, on to the next one. So, for this next one, we're actually going to be booting up Majora's Mask. That's right, Majora's Mask, because this one is fall asleep percent. Now, you might be wondering, how the hell do you fall asleep in Majora's Mask? Usually, you just reset time. Well, let's check it out, shall we? Alright, so after finally getting through the first intro cutscene of the game, we are now going to go ahead and jump through these logs and go to another cutscene. The unfortunate thing about the Majora's Mask speedrun specifically for fall asleep percent is that there's a lot of cutscenes in this one. So, let's watch another cutscene, shall we? Alright, so now when we have finally gotten through all of those cutscenes, 9 minutes of pure cutscenes, we can finally go and complete the meme speedrun. So, what you have to do here is you basically enter this part of Clocktown, and then we're gonna head over to this bulb, and we're actually gonna be entering the inn, or as I like to call it, the hotel. We're gonna be entering the hotel through this entrance, and then we're gonna jump down, and down here at the bottom in this little room, we're gonna find Nana, our favorite character in this game. And we're gonna talk to her, and unfortunately, her stories are so boring that it's gonna put us right to sleep. And there it is. It takes less than 10 minutes to fall asleep to Majora's Mask. That really says a lot about the quality of this game. I'm just kidding. On to the next run! Alright, so it is time for the second meme speedrun. We're finally past the first cycle and we're ready to start this next one. This one is toilet paper percent. What I like to call it, however, is stare at a wall percent. Why? Well, let's find out. So first things first, we're gonna be heading over into this area, which was the area we were in earlier, where the inn is. But instead of actually walking into the inn, we're instead gonna walk all the way up here. We're gonna enter this house right here, and we're gonna go into the mayor's house. But we're not gonna go in his office, we're gonna go into the right room. And then we are going to talk to this NPC right here. Now, this NPC right here is gonna give us a mask. And now comes my favorite part of the speedrun. Step number 1 after getting the mask is to go into this corner and stare into the wall. So, we're gonna stare into the wall for 2 in-game hours, or 2 real-life minutes. Now, once it reaches 8 p.m., they will actually kick us out, which is totally fine because now we can move on to the next part of the speedrun. So now we're actually gonna be equipping the mask and we're gonna be walking into the inn. So, we're gonna walk into the inn, we're gonna equip the mask, and perfectly get on a cycle of talking to her. And she's gonna ask us if we can meet her at midnight now, thanks to meeting her up with that mask, which we obviously will do. So the next step is to walk out here onto the balcony and stand out here on the balcony for a little bit. So, we're gonna stand here on the balcony and wait until it reaches past 8:30 p.m. Once it reaches after 8:30 p.m., we're then gonna be walking back into the inn. And now comes the most deciding part of the speedrun. Now, we're gonna have to wait for midnight, which means that we're gonna go up to this wall, and we're gonna stare into this wall. So, enjoy the wall. I liked the other wall better. Yeah, chat, which wall was the best? The first one or the second one? Which wall would you say, like, really spoke to you the most? Now, I know that we've all been attached to this wall, but after sitting and staring at this wall for 3 minutes, unfortunately, all good things has to come to an end because it's about to approach midnight, which means we're about to stop staring at this wall because any second now, we're going to see Our Lady walk through here. There she is. So, we're now gonna walk in here and wait for it to hit midnight. And right as it hits midnight, we talk to her. And straight away, she's gonna be so happy, she's gonna give us a letter. Awesome. But unfortunately, this letter isn't gonna really be used in the way that she intended it to. Because while she might have intended this to be used for, delivery, we have other problems to solve. Because this man right here has some issues, okay? He ran out of toilet paper, so we gotta help him. So, we're gonna give him some toilet paper. He's gonna go, yay! He's gonna use it, and as a thank you for helping him out, because you all know that situation, when you run out of toilet paper in the bathroom, he's gonna reward us with a heart, and that's the speedrun. 6 minutes and 9 seconds for toilet paper percent. Let's move on to the next one. So for this next speedrun, we're actually gonna do this on Breath of the Wild. Now, we've worked hard today, okay? We've delivered letters, aka toilet paper, we've stared in the wall all day, we have super swam over the entire ocean, and I think it's finally time to give ourselves a little bit of reward. So we're gonna do a Paya speedrun, or as it's also known as, get late %. Let's do it. So we're going to be grabbing the Sheikah Slate, and immediately after grabbing the Sheikah Slate, we are straight away going to go ahead and do an out of bounds clip to actually go out of bounds and then get the 4 shrines on the Great Plateau so we can get the paraglider and start off our journey on the speedrun. We can simply just grab every resource that we need before we head over to the first shrine, which will include a shield and also a little bit of food. So let's do it. All right, now we're gonna grab the wooden axe, and now we can go over to the Boko camp to get our bow. I'm gonna get hit in the ass. Let's see, so it is much faster to actually clip into the shrines themselves instead of simply just going ahead and actually racing the Great Plateau Tower immediately. So I'm gonna try and get a glitch known as a skew, which revolves around landing on a sloped surface, and then you want to do a shield jump, and then unequip your shield at a specific frame. And we're gonna be doing that for all 4 of these shrines. All right, to have some quick movement in between these shrines, I'm gonna try and do a glitch here known as a bullet time bounce. Perfect. And we're also gonna be doing these for the next couple of shrines to get through the Great Plateau much faster. We're actually gonna get the tower, by the way, because we're actually gonna be doing the new glitch known as Wiggle Bomb in this category, so we're definitely gonna get the tower because I want a really high location with a nice ledge to be able to do the Wiggle Bomb glitch from, so we're definitely gonna get this. Alright, so now we're gonna do this cool glitch known as a stasis launch, so we're going to cut down this tree, we're going to stasis it midway, we're gonna hit it a bunch of times, shoot it with an arrow, jump up on the side, and then fly over to Temple of Time. And now we can finally get the paraglider and start our way onto this speedrun. If you've ever watched Breath of the Wild speedrun, you will know, unfortunately, every single speedrun in this game is filled with the Great Plateau. But it is finally done, it is finally over, and we can finally actually start the speedrun. We're gonna do a quick little bomb impact launch right here to head over to this little hut right here. And the reason we're going to this hut is pretty simple. There is a perfectly placed cooking pot right here, as well as some quick food around this hut that is very good to pick up. We're just gonna pick this up. We're gonna pick up a second axe, and we're gonna pick these up, and let's start cooking, shall we? All right, so after cooking all the food we need, we're gonna warp to the actual Great Plateau Tower that we raced earlier, and with the use of the Great Plateau Tower, we're actually going to be doing a newer glitch known as Wiggle Bomb. And we're gonna be using it to try and as quickly as possible head all the way over to Kakariko Village. All right, so we're gonna take a bomb out, we're gonna take out our shield, and then we're gonna press the button for the bow at the same time as we press A to pick up the bomb, which is gonna glitch it so that we can have this bomb in our hand. We're then gonna walk off this ledge and get this angle, and now I'm gonna start wiggling my analog stick. And that is gonna cost me to actually gain more speed, so we're gonna start wiggling a lot right here to continue to build up speed over and over and over again. And now we should have a good amount of speed to be able to fly over here. All right, so now we made it to Kakariko, which as you can see is very, very quick with this sort of movement. We are gonna drop down and we're gonna unlock this shrine. It is very important to unlock this shrine. I have in the past on this meme category forgotten this, which is a very, very bad time because then you have to manually go back. And then we can simply go to the main house, and now we're gonna have to start the quest to actually get the picture, or the camera, I should say, as a rune. And that is going to be done by simply talking to Impa, and then after talking to her, we can then head over to Hatano and activate the actual lab. Also, did you see that character right there on the outside that was a little bit shy? Yeah, remember her. That's all I'm going to say for now. But with that out of the way, once we're done with that, we are going to warp back to Great Plateau Tower. If you're wondering why, that's because unlike Kakariko Village, which is higher up on a mountainside, Hatano is at a lower portion, which means that if you warp all the way back to the Great Plateau, you can actually perform another Wiggle Bomb glitch and make it the entire way pretty much to Hatano. It's going to be very quick. All right, so we're gonna try something a little bit riskier with this one. For this one, we're actually gonna try and Wiggle Bomb in between the 2 mountains to be able to make it really far. It is quite precise, so I might unfortunately fail this, but I'm gonna try my very, very, very best to actually perform this, because resetting your angle with this glitch is quite difficult. So because of that, we're gonna try and go with this speed for now, and we're gonna try and fly in between these two mountains and not lose the glitch. And then we're gonna try and wiggle even some more to make it all the way over to Hitano. So let's see, can we actually get past this wall without losing it? Beautiful. Okay, we are perfectly lined up. Now we just need to do some more wiggling and hopefully make it there, and and hope that I don't drop this glitch. Damn it! Damn it! Wiggle was not successful, Chad. I'm also gonna try something that is a little bit risky here, but it definitely could pay off. So I'm actually gonna try and go up on this tower and do another wiggle bomb. Let's see if it pays off. Beautiful. Actually perfect. All right. So we're going to be flying all the way over here to this blue flame, and we're going to be bringing this blue flame over to the tech lab. However, bringing it up there normally is very, very slow. So we're going to be doing another glitch known as smuggling, a smuggling glitch. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take out a bomb. I'm going to take out my torch. I'm going to press A to pick up the bomb. And then a few frames later, I'm going to pause the game and unequip my shield. And by doing so, it will actually cause the stick to permanently be out in my hand, as you can see right now. And normally, if you try and climb or run or do anything like that, you would normally remove the stick from your hand. But by doing this smuggling glitch, you will have the stick out permanently until you try and interact with the weapon. And now we lit the blue flame. We finally got the tech tower and, or the tech lab, I should say. And now let's go and get the camera, shall we? I miss staring at walls. Sorry, Chad, maybe another time. All right, so now we finally got the camera. So we're actually gonna ditch her immediately, and we're gonna warp all the way back to Kakariko. And now we can finally get on to the main juice of the speedrun. So, for completing Kakariko, what we need to do to be able to spend the night with Paya, we need to actually complete every single one of the main Kakariko side quests. And to do all of that, you need money for the Great Fairy, you need a camera, as well as obviously knowing all of the remaining side quests. Thankfully though, because I speedrun 100% of this game, we should have a pretty good idea of this, so this shouldn't be too difficult. If you're wondering why we needed the Great Fairy, or even just getting the camera at all, it is because one dude here is obsessed with pictures and exploring the world. And one of the things that he actually wants is specifically to see the Great Fairy fountain. Alright, so after taking the picture, let's go back to Kakariko and actually complete all the side quests. First things first, we're gonna start collecting some cuccos. So, we're going to go over here, we're gonna pick this cucco up, and we're also gonna use it to our advantage by being able to go on this rooftop, which is where the second one is. We're gonna throw this one into the garden, we're gonna throw the second one into the garden. Collect those first two cuccos, talk to him so that you can actually go ahead and progress this side quest right here. You don't actually have to complete the side quests by like going to the memory. It's just so that the main quest of find the fairy fountain has been completed. And with that out of the way, we can now continue progressing through getting these cuccos. All right, now we're gonna talk to him, and this should be 9 out of 10. So now we're actually gonna make it 9th, and that is to get the 10th cucco, but also to get the 5 required fireflies, because for one of the side quests in Kakariko, you need to get 5 fireflies. Please, just come a little bit down. Please come down. Please come down closer to the ground. I'm begging you, please. I don't think I'm ever getting laid. All right, and we have collected 5 fireflies, first try. Now, after collecting the 5 fireflies, we're gonna wait for this dude to run past this area, because these are some holy trees. And if you walk into this little guarded off area, they're gonna be really mad at you. So simply just wait for them to head out, and then you can pick up this cucco, and then you can throw it into this one, and that should be all 10, and now he should be white people happy. And now we have finally gotten all of the side quests except for one, which is 5 fireflies for the lady. So we're now gonna go head over here, give her 10 fireflies, and then we should be able to go over to Paya. All right, and now after 5 fireflies, it is time to finally do the thing, chat. Here it comes. Link, Pi is afraid that the thief may still be nearby. Would you please stay by her side today? Well, since you asked so nicely, I will. And with that being said, it took us 55 minutes and 21 seconds, but we did it! Day number 2 of November, and we already lost No Not November. But with that being said, it was worth it because it was for the speedrun meme challenge. Thank you so much for watching today's video. I really appreciate that. If you enjoyed this meme speedruns, be sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel down below. Also, if you want to watch 2 different videos on the YouTube channel, you can click here or here. Thank you so much for watching today's video. Later, everybody. Bye-bye.